Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I am Miss Nurjaima Ampuan and I am tasked to discuss about evaluation and the scales of measurement under the concept of evaluation. Now, before we discuss evaluation, allow me to give you an overview on assessment as it is often interchanged with evaluation. Now, assessment is the systematic process of gathering information or evidences of students' performance over a period of time to determine learning and mastery of skills. Such evidences of learning can be in the form of dialogue, records, could be journals, it could be written works, portfolios and tests, and other performance results. So, meaning to say, when we are doing assessment, we are reviewing the entry of our students. Now, why are we reviewing? Why are we doing assessment? Because we want to improve students' learning. We want to provide reliable information regarding the student's progress, to student himself, to the parents, and to the teachers. And we are to determine to what extent of attainment of the expected outcomes. So, based on this, we can infer that assessment is an ongoing process. Anything we are doing in the classroom in order for us to get information about our students' learning is what we call assessment. The entire process is assessment. Now, on the other hand, evaluation, it is the process in which the analysis of the results obtained from measurement of a trait of an object, person, or activity is done on the basis of certain social, cultural, or scientific standards, and the relative position of the object, person, or activity is determined as relative to that trait. Now, evaluation originates from the word value, and so when we evaluate, we expect our process to give information regarding the worth, the appropriateness, the goodness, the validity, or the legality of something for which a reliable measurement has been made. So, meaning to say, evaluation is the process designed to provide information that will help us to make a sound judgment about a particular situation. Note on that word judgment about a particular situation. In the evaluation, this is the culminating aspect wherein we qualify what has been learned. We provide closure. We judge the quality of instruction. Therefore, evaluation is the product-oriented. Now, if we will look at the final product, it is safe to say that in the evaluation aspect, this is where we pass or we fail a particular student. This is where we reject or accept. So in the evaluation part, this is talking about the grading. This is talking about decision making. So there are two major categories of evaluation. We have subjective and objective evaluation. Let us go first with the objective. It is scientific standards that are always clear and definite. In here, objective evaluation is the most stable because the outcome will never change no matter how you repeat the process. While the subjective evaluation is based on social and cultural standards, it is dependent on the assessor. Formative evaluation is conducted before giving final shape to an educational policy or program, curriculum, teaching aid, or evaluation method. It is a method of judging the worth of the program while in progress. The evaluation focuses on the process. Note on the process. Now, the result of the formative evaluation will give us opportunity for the proponents, for the learners, and teachers how well the objectives of the program are being attained. Its main objective is actually to determine deficiencies so that the appropriate interventions can be done. It is also used to analyze learning materials, student learning and achievements, and teaching effectiveness. On the other hand, summative evaluation conducted in order to test the utility of an already existing educational policy, planning or program, curriculum, teaching method, teaching aid, or evaluation method. Summative evaluation focuses on the end result. The instruments used to collect data for summative evaluation are like questionnaire, survey form, interview, observation, guide and tests. Summative evaluation is designed to determine the effectiveness of program or activity based on purpose. Now, to sum up everything, we measure height, distance, weight, then we assess learning outcomes, and then we evaluate results in terms of some criteria or objectives. So there are also factors that could affect our evaluation. Two processes have to be undertaken in evaluation. First, the measurement, and second, the analysis of the information or data obtained from measurement. Now, the factors that could affect the measurement or evaluating the measurement are the object, person, or activity, or any of which characteristics has to be measured. Also, the characteristics of the object, person, or the process. Tools and devices also could be a factor. And lastly, the person who measures it. In analyzing the data, there are two factors that could affect. Those standards on the basis of which the results of measurements are analyzed, and also those devices such as logical, mathematical, or statistical, with the use of which such analysis is carried out. In the field of education, generally the measurement of educational achievements of the student is called evaluation. Now, to specify the scope of evaluation, this includes the results of measurement. These are also being analyzed according to the predetermined standards. Secondly, not only the measurement of educational achievements of the students is done, but their intelligence, interest, aptitude, and personality. Besides, the traits of students, the activities of other people concerned with education, such as administrators, teachers, other personnel, and guardians, are also measured and evaluated. And lastly, the measurement and evaluation of educational policy, the aims of education, the curriculum at various levels, and teaching methods are also carried out, and suitable suggestions are given. Generally, people use the words educational evaluation and measurement in identical meanings. However, they have the difference of the whole and the part. Measurement is the first step of evaluation. Evaluation is a process to analyze the results of the measurement. Now, from the functional steps viewpoint, the process of measurement has only 3 steps. That includes, first, the selection or construction of suitable measurement tool or device. So, pipili muna tayo ng suitable na tool or device. And then, we use that device and then we record the we administer and then we record the result. While on the process of evaluation, first there is a selection and use of suitable standards, and then after that we analyze the measurement results on the basis of standards, and then lastly we predict, we suggest, or we guide on the basis of analysis. Now, take note that the analysis of results of educational measurement under educational evaluation cannot be done as of the results of physical measurement, because the physical measures are whole measures and educational measures are relative in nature. Though there is a difference between measurement and evaluation, but because measurement is a part of evaluation and is its first step, so now it is used as a joint concept in the field of education as measurement and evaluation. Secondly, there is no significance of measurement in the field of education until its results are not analyzed. Now, when the results of the measurements are analyzed, it is now called as evaluation. Thirdly, whether we join measurement with evaluation or not, the process of measurement is still included in it. Now, what is the difference between testing and examination on the educational evaluation? Testing is the only one of the methods of measurement, while examination is used for measurement and evaluation for only educational achievements. Now, the educational achievements of the students are mainly evaluated in the field of education. It is done in 2 forms: at the end of the session for promotion purposes and during teaching to see the effect of teaching. The first kind of evaluation is complete with passing or failing the students, classifying the students in first, second, and third divisions to provide them results. However, the second kind of evaluation goes on until the students learn what we want to teach them and the desired change in their behavior is effected. We know that the aims of teaching of different subjects in schools are different. Various activities are carried out for achievements of these aims. And finally, measurement and evaluation of the achievement of the students is conducted. In the evaluation, the evaluator clarifies after evaluation how far the aims have been achieved. In case of failure, the evaluator re-inspects the teaching aims, evaluates the teaching learning activities, and suggests for improvement. This process goes on until the aims are realized. The students learn what we want them to learn, and a desired change of behavior is effected in them. In this example, Jamel got 35/50 in the pre-tests and 45/50 in the post-tests. His teacher said that his performance in tests is very satisfactory. Now, in the entire process of documenting the performance of Jamel is what we call assessment. As you can see, the term measurement, evaluation, and assessment are clearly distinct from each other but related. Teacher obtained measures from a test, which is a form of assessment, in order to make a fair evaluation about the specific trait for character. Now, the 35/50 is the measurement that was used by the teacher, and very satisfactory is his evaluation, and the entire process, it is what we call the assessment. Now, there are objects of evaluation. Objects of evaluation focuses on the instructional programs, school projects, teachers, students, and educational goals. For example, we evaluate the performance of the particular school as far as the program or the implementation of Education for All, which is the project for a particular district. When we make a comparative effectiveness of two remedial reading programs and we correlate it between the achievement test results and diagnostic test results and attributes of an effective teacher, we collect data, we analyze it quantitatively and qualitatively. Hence, evaluation can help educators determine the success of their academic program and signal efforts to improve the students. It can also help identify some factors or programs and projects. A purpose of evaluation is to enable students to understand their problems and progress, to ascertain how different individual and social needs of students can be met. It is also used to classify the students, and skill and success of teachers are being measured. Aside from that, evaluation also tests suitability of methods of teaching. So these are the purposes of evaluation. Okay, so let's try this question. If naintindihan ba natin yung diniscuss? Now, Ms. Jamera Khalid is comparing measurement from evaluation. Which statement explains the difference? A. Measurement is assigning a numerical value to a given trait, while evaluation is giving meaning to the numerical value of the trait. B. Measurement is the process of gathering, while evaluation is the process of quantifying the data gathered. C. Measurement is the process of quantifying data, while evaluation is the process of organizing data. And letter D. Measurement is the prerequisite of assessment, while evaluation is the prerequisite of testing. Now, what is your answer? Now, the correct answer is letter A. Measurement is assigning a numerical value to a given trait, while evaluation is giving meaning to the numerical value of the trait. Now you got it right. Another example. Ms. Johanisa is judging the worth of the project of the students in her English class based on a set of criteria. Now, what process describes what is she doing? Letter A, testing. Letter B, measuring. Letter C, evaluating. Or letter D, assessing. Correct. The answer is testing. Now, let us now differentiate measurement and evaluation. Generally, the term measurement is confused with evaluation, while they are quite apart from each other. Measurement is a quantitative form of an object. Measurement is incomplete without evaluation, while evaluation presents its qualitative together with its measurement. In brief, measurement is numerical and evaluation is quantitative. Measurement tells us how much of an object, while evaluation tells us how good it is. Besides, evaluation pays attention to the fact of realization of objects, while measurement is meant only the number of specific objectives that have been realized. Again, measurement is incomplete without evaluation. So listed here are the specific differences between measurement and evaluation. So you can just read it out. So there are 12 differences listed here. Now to move forward, measurement and evaluation both are used for assessing the internal qualities like the IQ, aptitude, attitude, and intelligence of students. There are also other relevance of measurement and evaluation, such as the placement of students, which involves bringing students appropriately in the learning sequence, and classification or streaming of students according to ability or subjects. It is also relevant in selecting the students for courses, like are they suitable for general, professional, technical, commercial, and so on. It is also relevant in certification. This helps to certify that a student has achieved a particular level of performance. It is also for stimulating learning. This can be motivation of the student or teacher, providing feedback, suggesting suitable practice, and so on. And lastly, it is for improving teaching by helping to review the effectiveness of teaching arrangements. Now let us now proceed with the scales of measurement. Measurement scales are used to categorize and or quantify variables. Now, this unit describes the 4 scales of measurement that are commonly used in statistical analysis, namely the nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio scales. Any test can be useful only when it is reliable, and it should be able to measure only that attribute or characteristics for which it has been constructed. The tools for measurement have been needed for ancient times, and we need them in our daily life. The basis of educational measurement are data. Whatever the type of measurement, physical, social, economic, or psychological, it is necessary to gather data. From the viewpoint of convenience, we place the available data into 4 levels. These 4 levels are arranged in a definite order. The lower level can be easily measured, but the measurement done by it will be under some doubt. On the contrary, measurement in the higher level is more complex, but the inferences drawn from it will be more accurate. Thus, accuracy of measurement depends on its level. Generally, individuals, objects, events, observations, and characteristics are given a quantitative form under the measurement process. Measurement scales are used to categorize or quantity variables. In essence, each scale has a single objective, and its rules, theory, characteristics, limitations, and statistical techniques are different from other levels. So there are 4 properties of measurement scales. Each scale of measurement satisfies one or more of the following properties of measurement. First, we have identity, in which each value on the measurement scale has a unique meaning. We also have magnitude, that values on the measurement scale have an ordered relationship to one another. That is, some values are larger and some values are smaller. We also have equal intervals, in which scale units along the scale are equal to one another. This means, for example, that the difference between 1 and 2 would be equal to the difference between 19 and 20. And lastly, we have the absolute zero. The scale has a true 0 point below which no values exist. Values assigned to variables represent a descriptive category but have no inherent numerical value with respect to magnitude. Now let's move on with the measurement scale. First scale, we have the nominal. Nominal is the lowest level of measurement. Some people call it by the name of classification level 2. Under this scale, the measured objects or events are classified into separate groups on the basis of their certain attributes. And this group is given a separate name or code for its easy identification. The chief feature of this group is that all elements or individuals will be similar to each other within the group, but they will be entirely different when compared to those of another group. In nominal, we assign numbers to objects where different numbers indicate different objects. The numbers have no real meaning other than differentiating them between objects. Like for example, we use number 1 for female and number 2 for male. Okay, so regardless the number, pare-parehas yung male, which is 2, and yung female, 1. So the number have no real meaning kasi it is only used in differentiating them from male and female. So that is nominal. We also have ordinal. In the arrangement of scales, the ordinal scale is put at the second place from down below. In this scale, objects, individuals, events, characteristics, or responses are arranged in hierarchical order in ascending or descending order depending on the basis of certain attributes. After that, they are given ranks. In ordinal, we assign numbers to objects like nominal then, but here, the numbers also have meaningful order. Kung sa nominal, walang meaning yung 1 and 2, sa ordinal, meron. Like for example, we have, an example of an ordinal is yung first, second, third, and so on. Sa interval naman, this is the third level of measurement. This scale endeavors to do away with the limitations of the above or the mentioned two scales. Under this scale, we display the difference between any two classes, individuals, or objects by the medium of scores. The distance between two differences is equal. In intervals, numbers have order like ordinal, but there are also equal intervals between adjacent categories. Like for example, an example of these, one of the example is the temperature. the temperature, let's say we have a temperature in degree Fahrenheit, the difference between 78 and 79 degrees, ang difference nun is 1 degree Fahrenheit, is the same as the 45 and 46 degrees. 1 degree din yung difference nila, or that is the interval. Under this scale, several statistical calculations can be used, such as mean, percentiles, standard deviation, and so on. Note that though there is no exact or absolute 0 point in interval scale, still the scores arranged at equal distances are considered the constant unit of this scale. And lastly, we have the ratio. This is the highest level of measurement. This scale comprises of all features of all other scales. The presence of exact or true 0 point is the chief feature of this scale. This 0 point is not arbitrary point, rather it is related with the zero amount of certain attributes or feature. In physical measurement, there is always an absolute 0 point, diba? Such as meter, kilometer, gram, liter, milliliter, and so on. We also have measurement of height, length, weight, or distance is started from 0 point. Sa ratio scale, yung true 0 point is kinoconsidered siya as the initial point of the scale. So we can find out that the ratio between the distance of any two places on its bases, we can say with certainty how distant is one place from another. So for example, if Rika, Pinky, and Puha are awarded 10, 20, and 40 marks on the basis of certain attributes, then we will say, as per this scale, in what measure this attribute exists in Rika and it exists in Pinky in the double measure, and in Puha it is 4 times. It means to say that each unit in the scale explains different amounts of the attributes, and there is possibility of applying all basic operations in this scale. So that ends my discussion for today. Any question? Any clarifications? For clarification, you can message me through our group chat, or you can private message me through my Facebook account, Norjaima Ampuan. That ends my discussion. Thank you for listening. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.